Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K channel, and today we have Alun from Before Sirens with us. Welcome to the channel.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
Again, yes, just again. Today's video, I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to go check it out, and I will be surprised if any of you know who this band is.
You guys looking? You was rock powder now. You was free. You was free.
Injecting life into a low, capturing freedom through the smoke, expanding thoughts through fiction square, happiness from life. See your face. Hiding witches scarred. I want you. Get up strong now. I'm medicated. Won't rose crimes. Drowning the sickness is the cure. Pouring the liquid sanity. Brutal affliction bottled soul. Who really cares what life is for? Following my footsteps. Following my footsteps. Following my footsteps. Hiding witches scarred. I want you. Get up strong now. I'm medicated. Won't rose crimes.
Oh my lord. Where do you want to go, John?
Get up strong out. 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 Get up strong out.
Drink a bottle of cough syrup, and now I don't feel like.
You need a heroin in your system, right?
Well, here we go. Alun, over to you. Feedback.
That was a challenge, wasn't it? All right, we'll start from the top. So the visual, right at the very beginning, the visuals certainly with like the chair and the sort of old sort of like the sort of cinema effect, almost like that kind of old film reel kind of effect on the camera, and then the guy kind of and then you like the sort of warehouse afterwards. I was getting sort of throw forwards, I suppose, because I bet this song predates Saw, but I was getting that sort of feel, that kind of dark sort of minimal horror kind of feel about it. And then obviously they started playing. I said, like, as they started playing, immediately I got throwbacks to like the El Ninos of this world, and Sepultura, and maybe even a bit of Mudvayne in there. That felt very of that time when that sort of music came to the fore. which but you always had a member in that band and you could never quite work out what they were doing. So like in El Nino, I swear they had a bongo player or something like that, or a DJ or something. I thought it was ironic that the keyboardist smashed his keyboard in the middle of the video, even though I hadn't heard him play a note since. I couldn't quite work out. It just like chucked it across the rehearsal studio, and everybody was like, I don't really know if that was plugged in or not. But yeah, as I say, I think there might be a theme running here, because it seems to be sort of all based around the sort of 90s. Certainly, I think this is sort of late 90s, possibly. But it was very strong. Certainly, as the second verse came in, the drum beat picked up, and I was grooving on that. That was really a really strong beat. Vocally, both of them were really strong vocalists. They had really good sort of gravel and tone to their screams. But I would struggle to, like, obviously with it being screen vocals, I could pick out odd words with, you know, they put it on the cardboard, didn't they? It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Even though I'm pretty sure the song is not about life being wonderful. But I struggled to pick up from the vocals or the video what the song was about. So that would be, I suppose, my only criticism. I would listen to it again, no problem, but I would struggle to understand cinematically, should I say, what the video was trying to achieve based on what the song was about.
Okay, Andy?
Sonically and visually, that was pretty terrifying, I think, wasn't it? Very, very dark themed, the video, very dark and dimly lit, with obviously a horror vibe. I might be completely wrong, Alan might be right, but I would say I envisage that being sort of fairly modern, fairly recent. I might be completely wrong, and Alan might be completely right about it predating Saw, but obviously there is the similarities there. I don't usually sort of say, make these sort of comments, but I thought the drum sound was excellent throughout that song. You know, the blast beats and the other passages just came across really well from what I heard. I like the dual vocals. As a genre, I've noted down in sort of industrial deathcore, which is why I think it might be quite modern. No idea who it is, but yeah, again, it's not something that you immediately grabs you, despite, you know, the large amount that's going on. But I'll definitely give it another listen, and you know, I quite enjoyed that. Yeah, okay. Interested to find out more as to who they are and what you guys think.
Okay, I'm actually going to go last and let Kirk go, and then I can tell you a little bit more about the band. Over to you, Kirk.
This has to be the MTV2 era between 1999 and 2002, in my opinion. Just about every new metal cliche that I detest about the genre in this song. I found it entertaining, but for the wrong reasons. It's like, do you know when you watch a mid-80s Sylvester Stallone film like Cobra, and it's unintentionally the funniest thing ever because it's so macho? This is the same. There are so many cliches in there. It's actually enjoyable. Reminds me, come on, they've basically taken second-rate interpretations of Korn riffs from their debut album. They've taken the imagery of Cold Chamber and the malevolence of Slipknot. There is Mudvayne in there as well. Listen to the triplets at the beginning of that song. It's like bands had forgotten how to be heavy. You've got a drum double kick locked in with an alternate palm-muted chug riff, and it just sounds atrocious. I do like the drum prediction, though, and I agree on that. It did actually work, though, didn't it? The dual vocals as well, you know, with the split personality. I did enjoy that. That wasn't as formulaic as I was expecting. The musicianship levels were quite high there. There were a lot of really subtle fills and tangents and swerves going on in the song. So that's actually better than I expected. When we were a minute in, I was like, oh my God, bring back Cold Chamber, you know. and they are, to me, probably the worst metal band of all time. So one more thing before I hand it over to you, Dave. This is one reason why I didn't like new metal. There was basically a complete severance from the metal that had come before it because of that Korn album, which is excellent, the debut Korn album. And then Deftones come along, and then anything that's heavy and goes on a major label, it's all coming from America, and they're indebted to Korn and Deftones, and without knowing it, Faith No More. And it's like death metal, thrash, grindcore. It's like these things do not exist. And I think that's what created a fracture, a chasm in metal, where you end up being in two camps. And unfortunately, I'm in the elitist camp. I'm like, this is false metal. It's crap. You should be listening to Morbid Angel and Celtic Frost. So I really hate that I turned into that person, but it's because of music like this. Not my cup of tea.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that actually Kirk's ear is very good, because this is a band called Downthesun. They are a new metal band that came out in 1999, and this song came out in 2002. So, well done, Kirk. And they were signed to Slipknot's label. So there you go. So the association was also there. This song was called Medicated. Unfortunately, bringing out a new metal album in 2002 is way too late. New metal was dead and gone by that point. We were all moved on to metalcore and some of the more hardcore elements and stuff like that. So Screamo was big at that point in 2002 as well. So new metal songs were not going to cut it, and everyone, apart from Slipknot bands, were pretty much moved on at that point. So yeah, Downthesun and Medicated. I found it just a very interesting video to watch. It's just a very, I mean, it's that bit where he goes, "Follow in my footsteps," very much Jonathan Davis Korn vocals. And that's where, to me, you kind of go, okay, you've just thrown in one too many cliches at that point. But for a nostalgia trip, it is kind of cool to kind of go back and listen to some of the late 90s, early 2000 new metal. And remember, there was a lot of bad bands that came through, and a lot of mediocre ones as well. So there we go. That was Downthesun and Medicated. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Go check out Before the Sirens, and make sure you go and listen to them on Spotify. And we'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.